Welcome back to ShopDog-Garage. It's a dog sled video. So today, Diesel and Pixie, they do have a concert tonight, but they've got a little time. And one of the things that we're going to have to do if we want to do anything with all this AC line issue is actually order everything. So right now, he's actually going through and taking inventory of every fitting we actually used. Because the kits come with random fittings. We ordered different fittings. And honestly, if you can get this one as a 45, we might even want that. But before we take everything apart, let's get that done. I also think they intend to take her for a ride today, because it has been a little while. So, oh, that's cool. You can see the AC drain down there, because he's got the light on. That's neat. That's what clear hose gets you. So, yeah, Pixie's doing a little research over here. ShopDog's taking a little nap. Let's get some work done. ShopDog is still doing his job. Pixie's still doing research. Diesel is in here going over hose routings and lines. I think he's trying to identify all of our hoses. We've got to identify our thicknesses, lengths, or approximate lengths, so you know how much to order, as well as which fittings. This stuff's expensive. You don't want to buy it too many more times. We've already bought it once. Let's hope it works better the second time. I still keep wondering if this should be 45. We'll have to play with that idea. So, what are you up to?
So, lesson learned. Take all your paperwork from your projects, snap them into a book like this. This project had 4 of these 3-ring binders, and it's a way to go dig up and understand exactly what you did and how you put the car together. So when you're doing this kind of project, you can come back and see exactly what the instructions are.
Well, and service down the road.
Yep.
Or, say someday, you're old, you're gone, and your kids have it. Your son-in-law is driving your toys.
Christian's driving it. Oh, yeah.
So he's going to need to know what to give the mechanic.
Christian, if you're watching.
Just dug out some of our leftover ends. Looks like we've got a few number 10s, a few number 8s, a few number 6s. Definitely not enough to do all of this. But, a little bit. And I'm not even saying that every joint is bad, but we've had 2 fail. So every joint's being replaced. That's the way that works. Yeah, Diesel's still working out his mapping. Well, an hour later, and I think he's finally got his count. Forgive us if we can't read any of this. It's in secret language. I print everything. He doesn't, and I make fun of him every time.
I'd be a great doctor on my prescriptions.
Yes, nobody would know if that's morphine or not.
It's always morphine.
Remembering that we're still wondering how these lines failed when we bought that reduced barrier kit. Well, as we're going through things, Vintage Air calls them beadlock. So we've gone down the internet rabbit hole of finding out that there's the FIO is female insert O-ring, but there's also MIO, which is male insert O-ring. There's all kinds of different things. But what we can't find is, do you crimp beadlock fittings with the reduced barrier crimper? That is the thing we haven't figured out. So if anyone out there watching knows, maybe that's where we screwed up. Maybe we actually just bought the wrong tool. Because these are definitely a reduced barrier hose. They're not those big giant ones. We're trying to figure this out because we don't want to have to do this twice. As we're learning, one, I keep saying we have reduced barrier hoses, but obviously we don't. They all say barrier on them. Also, the only one of our die that says barrier on it is this one, and this is a number 8 reduced barrier or a number 6. So we took this factory crimped one. I didn't crimp that. And we just stuck it in the die. And now we're going to just drive her down until she bottoms and stops. Pull it back off and see what happens. But I can't do that and hold it and hold the camera.
Give me the camera.
I'm curious, where does it stop? What makes it want to stop? It looks like it can still go a little further. Because remember, we're resting on these pins, and we're driving this relative to that. I just wonder if we can get to the point where this gap closes. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that's where we're at. This is starting to get a little spooky. So I'm going to back that off now. Pop in the pin. Pull her open. See, number 8 reduced barrier is a number 6. And that lined up on an existing hose. This is a hose that we didn't crimp. And you can't even tell we did that. So I'm having a hard time believing that the problem is our tool. So we're going to keep going, but maybe, because so many people were working on it that day, maybe just some of the hoses didn't get crimped down consistently. We may actually be chasing windmills here, and we may only need to just crimp some lines down. It could be that simple. So we want to think about that for a minute. Well, decisions have been made. We're going to gamble. So what we're going to do, also note, there is still refrigerant in here, but we're going to gamble on pulling lines, recrimping. We're wondering, because we just found out, and now we have it marked, that there's actually a tick mark on the body of this that you're supposed to compress to. And I wonder if some of the fittings didn't get compressed that hard. So we're going to go through the work, decompress it safely, obviously, you know, with our Robin Air fancy machine that's, it's under there, you know, pulling a derrick there. It's definitely there, and we're not going to vent to the air. We're going to pull lines, recrimp everything, put it back together, and see. Yeah. Pray, hope. The only time this has failed is, well, we had one line fail pretty immediately. That one could have just literally just been a bad crimp. The one that's down by the condenser that's failed, that failed after the car had been running on a hot day for a while, pulled it in, shut it down, and as the heat under hood spiked, that one let go. So you figure that was probably a good 350 PSI in there with the heat. So we're just wondering if we didn't use this tool correctly. So we're going to find out. It won't be today. We'll see that this latest batch of Heidi's hot sauce is done. Diesel and Pixie have a show tonight. They're going to go see the Surfragettes. So we're going to go ahead and call it. It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but that's fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do we say?
Thanks for watching.